Officials in Tanzania say 2 South Africans have been killed in a plane crash in the west of the country early yesterday. The light plane with registration ZUTAF-19 as a 4-seater sling plane from South Africa. The pilot and passenger, both South African citizens, were killed in the crash that occurred shortly after takeoff from Tabora Airport. The plane was owned by a South African organization, Dream Global. The plane burst into flames when it crashed. Only the engine and some parts of the plane were recovered. The Tanzanian Civil Aviation Authority says the plane, which entered Tanzania's airspace from Uganda en route to Malawi, made a distress signal about engine failure before disappearing from the radar. For more on this story, we're now joined via Skype by Dream Global spokesperson Simon Manda. A very good morning to you, Simon. Condolences for the members who passed away.
Good morning. It's a very sad time for the team. Very sad indeed.
Yeah. Can you confirm where the plane crashed and if these 2 indeed have died?
We received the news yesterday from the authorities in Tanzania. The plane had developed problems on the up trip when we were doing the Cape to Cairo challenge, and it had to be grounded. So this was like going to take the plane, bring it home to South Africa. So it was the support team, Vena frontman and Des Vena, who had to bring it home. So the routing was they were going to come from Addis Ababa, then they passed through to Entebbe. But with the problems developing, they had to force land in Tanzania, and that's when the tragedy happened.
How is this tied to the Cape to Cairo challenge? Is this the very challenge we were all excited about recently, about school students taking on this project?
Yes. What happened is on the up trip, there were 2 planes that went up. The support plane that was piloted by the adults and the teenager on the one that they built. When they developed problems on the support plane in Addis Ababa on the up trip, they grounded the support plane, and the 3 teenagers made their own way via Sudan war zone into Cairo, so successfully finishing the challenge. So it was the down trip now to come back home that we had this tragedy happening. To the teenagers are quite safe, and we are making plans for them they're at Lilongwe. I just had confirmations that they're at Lilongwe Airport, and they are coming home around 4. They'll be landing in South Africa. They had actually flown to Likoma Island, where they were expecting the support pilots to join them, and they were going to fly information to come back home. So it's very unfortunate that, it didn't happen that way.
What a double-edged sword, a victory on the one hand, success on the one hand, and this tragedy on the other. Have the families been informed already?
Yes, the respective wives, Belinda and Vena's wife, have been informed. We in touch with the Department of International Relations, the embassy in Tanzania, who we are frankly making plans for the bodies to come home and all the logistics that are involved. So there's been a very great support from the aviation industry, from the department itself, and everybody that knew of the trip and everybody that was part of the journey.
I suppose the first question I should have asked you is, what is the mood in the group? How's everybody after this? And are you going to be taking the teenagers for some sort of counseling?
The first feeling, remember Des' daughter, Megan, is the founder of the Dream Global. And she's sitting in Malawi right now. She heard the news. And the 3 teenagers decided that they should come back home with the plane they built in honor of the dead. But you see, we also have to be responsible and just make a decision that it's not a right emotional moment for them to do that. Yeah. So hence the extraction from where they are. This is what Des would have wanted to continue to do, finish the trip. But also we have to take into account that these are kids that still need guidance as well. There is families involved. There is a team involved. And everybody's in a somber mood. And we're just trying to keep all things together. And maybe in a week or two, that's when we can make a decision to bring the plane back home. But at the moment, everybody has to be together, gathered to support Des' wife and Vena's wife, so that they go through this trying moment.
Mr. Manda, at a future date, we will call you back again to tell us about the lessons learned in this challenge. But for now, I suppose our condolences is all we can offer.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support.
Thanks for your time.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Simon Manda is the spokesperson of You Dream Global.